Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to all of you. Today, I would like to present about Bursa Malaysia and capital market development in Malaysia. I would like to introduce my group member. First is Nurzan Ulit Panong, Ain Fahmi, Muhammad Azam, and Zahid. Before we continue with our presentation, let's together recite the Dua. Al-Fatihah. Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. So, my friend Nurzan will continue with his presentation on Bursa Malaysia.
Hello guys, my name is Nurjan. I would like to explain you about Bursa Malaysia. So let's have idea first about the Malaysian financial system. So it divides several type. First, banks, non-banking financial intermediaries, and the financial market. Under the banks, there are so many banks, which is the Public Bank, Citibank, CMB Bank, Maybank, and as well as it includes Bank Negara Malaysia, commercial banks, investment banks, and so on. Under the non-banking financial intermediaries, it includes insurance company, mortgage company, factor company, joint venture companies, and so on. Under the financial market, while foreign exchange, capital market, commodity future market, and so on. And today our topic is Bursa Malaysia, which is a part of the financial market. So first of all, let's have some history or some view about the Bursa Malaysia, how it was developed. So in 1870s, the main trading commodity was coffee, spices. So late in 1960, it was changed name as the Malayan Stock Exchange. Later, 1965, it was named as or known as Stock Exchange of Malaysia and Singapore. However, 1973, it was divided. Kuala Lumpur, while Kuala Lumpur Security Exchange were had and the Singapore Exchange Stock. So like Malaysia had their own financial market and Singapore had their own financial market. So it's divided. By next year, like 1989, no more open outcry. So score trading system, Bursa trading, 1998 acquisition of Kuala Lumpur option and financial future exchange. 2002, Miss DQ market was launched at KLCA. So Mystic Q means it's also market, but for specified for the company which is technology based company and high growth companies, and it's a part of the Bursa Malaysia, and nowadays it's named as a S market. Later 2004, KLCA renamed to the Bursa Malaysia. So in 2005, Bursa Malaysia was listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad. In 2007, it was received certification in conformance to ICO. 2009, they had a partnership with Chicago Mercantile Exchange. named as a CMA. So what is a Bursa Malaysia? It's a platform where buyers and the sellers of the stock can meet and decide about the price of the stock. So the Bursa Malaysia is a market operator which provide or infrastructure for capital raising and investment. So it's also regulator which is enforce rules and regulation. Its objective of the Bursa Malaysia is provide a fair, liquid, efficient or transparent marketplace. It's also a commercial entity where buyers and sellers can meet each other, and the objective of it well managed company focused on creating shareholder value. Offerings and the product of Bursa Malaysia is divided several types, which is securities, derivatives, Islamic and others. Under the security, there are two market securities includes like main market, ace market, and it's also there are products which is type of shares, any type of shares, loan stock, bonds, warrants. All of it can be found in the Bursa Malaysia, as well as derivatives. All type of derivatives is traded in the Bursa Malaysia, such as commodity future, equity future, financial future. Under the Islamic offerings or Islamic products, there are trading as well sukuk and the Sharia compliant equities as well. As well as there are trade as electronic trading platform for bonds, non-ringgit security, and the sukuk listing or bond listing, and so on. So you guys, if you think how open the CTS account on Bursa Malaysia, so you just need to follow these steps. First of all, find the broker, identify the type of account you wanna open. Later, so you have to identify how much you wanna put on your account, or you have to figure out your capital and identify the stocks you wanna invest. So like your plan is to buy or your plan is to sell or hold. Let's say you're going to buy the stock and hold for a while, like for 2 years for long term, or you're gonna play it for short term to raise your capital. It's up to you. So that's all, guys, and thank you very much for listening.
Hi guys, I would like to continue on my topic about Bursa Malaysia and capital market development in Malaysia. My friend Nozan already tells you on Bursa Malaysia background. I would like to continue on trading process. Let's go to an overview of trading cycle. If you are investor, whether you are buyer or seller, you want to purchase stock, you need to go to stockbroker, or you can make it online using the CDS account. Okay, then after that, if you purchase, then all the matching and confirmation of the transaction will be made in the clearing house. If the transaction is success, the stock will be debit or credit to the central depository account. Before you start up to trade in Bursa Malaysia, make sure that you are qualified to trade. To qualify to trade in Bursa Malaysia, you need to be at least 18 years old. If not, you have to wait until your 18th birthday. Each investor needs to open a central depository system account and trading account at any stockbroking company. A CDS account is a place where record of your stock and holding will be kept. To open this account, you can approach authorized agent at stockbroking company or banks. Investor can make uh, order to purchase stock through Remisier or online trading. Remisier is the person at the stockbroker to execute trade orders on investor behalf. Sometimes Remisier also can give an advice to you if you want to purchase the stock. Online trading will, if you want to purchase it online, uh, online system is usually provided by investor stockbroker for investor to enter their trade order, which is then route to the exchange. Just like I just said just now, matching and confirmation of the transaction will be done electronically through Bursa Malaysia trading system. If the transaction is success, they will send a contract note to the investor by the stockbroker. This contract note is sent to verify that the details such as company name, number of share, price, and transaction cost are correct. Just like I said, buying and selling can be purchased through online or through stockbroker. This is this is example of transaction flow. For example, if you want to buy the stock, it will then you ask the remisier or stockbroker to buy it, and then the clearing house will receive an instruction, and the transaction will settle on T plus 3 days. T is the transaction date and plus 3 days of working days. Okay, if the transaction success, all the transaction will be the investor will receive a contract note. Next is about the trading board. There are two boards in Bursa Malaysia. One is the main market and one is the base market. In main market is before this known as main board and second board. But this is this first and this main board and second board are already been merged to be a main market. In main market, they uh, they differentiate in several sectors such as consumer product, mining, hotel, plantation, properties, and so on. This market is focused on technology-based company. The trading hours start at 8:30 but the investor can start to purchase it at 9, 9 a.m. and will be closed at will be stopped at 12:30. After lunch, they will continue at 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. About products, there are several products in Bursa Malaysia. Let's go to the website of Bursa Malaysia. Okay, here in Bursa Malaysia website, you can see a lot of things such as product, Islamic market, derivatives, securities, all the info you need is here. Now I would like to show you on the product of the Bursa Malaysia offer. Okay, for example, here is shares. There are different type of shares. Okay, here in Bursa Malaysia, they give an example such as ordinary share and preferred share. Okay, other than that, real estate investment trust is for real estate, so for property portfolio. Next, I would like to show you on the CDS. This is an example of CDS account form. If you want to open an account, you need to fill in all the details and submit it to the stockbroker. And I would like to show you what is the CDS account. This is one of the example of the stockbroker company, which is that I use, which is CIMB iTrade. Okay, this is example of my account. Okay, in CDS account, you can see a lot all the company that been trade in that have been listed in the main market and this market. For example, you can see mass share. You can know all the stock info share. Okay, you can know all the info about the nation airline system, uh, what the index have been trade. Okay, other than that, you can see you can search for the Asia. Okay, look at the Asia company. You can see the know the analysis chart here. Okay, a lot of tools in the CDS account you can know. Okay, you can see fundamental, okay, about the background of the company. Okay, any announcement we made through here, and you can know the financial report, quarterly, annual. Okay, if you want to see the balance sheet, also can cash flow ratio of the company, quarterly, annually, you can know of the performance. A lot of tools in useful tools in the CDS account. Okay, you can see all this is the transaction already closed because it already at 5:30 p.m. So the transaction is already closed. Okay, that's all for me. My friend will continue on capital market development.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Zahid Jazman. I will explain about capital market. Firstly, I will explain to you the meaning of capital market. Capital market is the part of financial system which is concerned with raising capital funds by dealing in shares, bonds, and long-term investment. The market value investment instruments like bonds, equities, and mortgages are traded in known as the capital market. Type of capital market. There are two types of capital market, which is first primary market and then secondary market. Primary market. It is the market in which shares, debentures, and other securities are sold for the first time for collecting long-term capital. This market is concerned with new issues, therefore the primary market is also called new issue market. Secondary market. The secondary market is that market in which the buying and selling of the previously issued securities is done. Uh, so now I will talk about those of capital market development. The first is mobilization of saving and capital formation, provision of investment revenue, then speed up economic growth and development. The second last is proper regulation funds, and lastly service provisions. Okay, mobilization of saving is capital market is an important source for mobilizing ideal savings from the economy. It mobilizes funds from people for further investments in the productive channels of an economy. In that sense, it achieves the ideal monetary resources and puts them in proper investment. Capital formation. Capital market helps in capital formation. Capital formation is made addition to the existing stock of capital in the economy. Through mobilization of ideal resources, it generates savings. The mobilized savings are made available to various segments such as agriculture, industry, and etc. This helps in increasing capital formation. Now for provision of investment revenue. Capital market raises resources for longer periods of time. This it provides an investment revenue for people who wish to invest resources for a long period of time. It provides suitable interest rate returns also to investors. Instruments such as bonds, equities, units of mutual funds, insurance policies, and etc. definitely provide diverse investment revenue for the public. For speed up economic growth and development, capital market and enhance production and productivity in the national economy. It has makes funds available for a long period of time. The financial requirements of business houses are met by capital market. It helps in research development. This helps in increasing production and productivity in economy by generation of employment and development of infrastructure. Now I will talk about proper regulation of funds. Capital market not only perhaps in fund mobilization, but it also helps in proper allocation of these resources. It can have regulation
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Azam bin Ahmad Pozi, and today I will explain about the capital market development. Firstly, I will explain to you all about the definition of a capital market. Capital market is a market for buying and selling equity and debt instrument. Capital market channel saving and investment between a supplier of capital such as retail investor and institution investor, and use of capital like a business, government, and individual. Capital market are vital to the functioning of an economy, since a capital is a critical component for generating economic output. Capital market include primary market, where new stock and bond issue are sold to investor, and secondary market. Capital market are distinct from money market, which are referred to market for financial instrument which maturity not existing 1 year. Capital market have numeric participants include individual investor, institution investor such as a pension fund and mutual fund, participants of government, company or an organization, and banks and financial institution. Supply of capital generally when the maximum possible return at the lower possible risk, which use of capital want to raise capital at the lower possible cost. What we understand about the capital market? Capital market, as we can see, capital market is a place that company, the one company that need fund, they can issue as a capital market to get their fund. The example of the capital market, such as a new stock and a bond that are sold to the investor. That investor give their money to the company to run their project. Okay, as we can see here, the capital market are distinct from a money market, which are referred to market for the financial instrument with maturity not existing 1 year. That means capital market must long than 1 year. That means the company must run the project more than 1 year. Okay, we can see here, they say the supplier of capital generally want the maximum possible return at the lower possible risk, which user capital want to raise capital at the lower possible cost. That means when we buy the bond, we hope we get the maximum possible return at the lower possible risk. That's why many investors buy the bond or prefer stock. As we know, the bond, we have fixed dividend. Whatever the company get profit or not, the company must pay their to the bondholder. Okay, and I will continue about the background of the capital market. Capital market is a market for security, debt of equity, where government and business enterprise company can raise long-term fund. It is defined as a market in which money is provided for period longer than a year, at the rising at the short fund take place on other market. Okay, for issue the money capital market for the public sector, company can issue through the Malaysia government security. In a public sector company, when they want to issue the capital market, they can issue at the Malaysia government security. For the private sector, they can issue the capital market through the private debt security. Okay, and For the other information, I will explain about the gross capital market in Malaysia. This information I get in Star paper in 2003. Okay. The gross capital market in Malaysia in 2013, capital market in Malaysia expanded by 10.5% to 2.7 trillion. The bond market extended the year at the 1.0 trillion and maintained its possible at the three large in Asian relative. Equity market grew to 1.7 trillion, with the benchmark index rising 10.5, making the market one of the top performers in Asia. Okay, that's all from me, and I hope you understand about what the capital market, and my friend will continue about the capital market development. That's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.